Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is May 20th, 2025, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, U.S. markets showing resilience and strength and not retracing whatsoever. We're going to look at that in just a second. But first, today's major economic events. So we have a 2:30 South African time from Canada, core price index, CPI, inflation number coming out. Now looking at the market, starting out with the Forex symbols, the British pound, and the Japanese yen, both advanced versus the US dollar, and looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ push higher. Now looking at commodities, they continue to consolidate and really unchanged. And as we look at the stocks, Microsoft leading the way on the upside. And last, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin actually pushing higher to 105. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to start with the British pound, and yes, it is getting stronger, but first looking at how much further it could go. Okay, now we do have resistance, at 134.39. We're about 60 pips away from that, and that's a major level. Okay, so just realize that we're getting into really major levels here as the British pound is strengthening versus US dollar. Now looking at the Japanese yen, same story on the downside. Remember, the Japanese yen gets stronger if the price goes down, and it is pushing higher. Now, it's not at a major resistance-ish area or support-ish area, really, for that matter. It would have been at 140, okay? However, it is playing catch-up, so it may catch up to the British pound. But British pound right now is leading the way versus the dollar. Now, jumping into commodities, not much doing. Crude oil really unchanged at 62-ish level, and so is gold unchanged at 32,200-ish level. Really not doing much here, okay? So I'm going to jump into the U.S. markets. This is where it gets very interesting. Look at the Dow Jones. This is what I told you guys to watch out for. Very important, okay? Above the 200-day moving average is super important on a daily, okay? We've had it a couple of times where we were just there but didn't break above it. Now, we're breaking above it today, and yesterday we really broke above it. Now, you have to look at this to see if it's going to continue, okay? Because we're at a pivotal area where we may find ourselves having a hard time pushing higher, okay? So this is really important at this level. And so is the NASDAQ, as it's made almost complete recovery after those tariffs were actually issued, okay? Look at that. What an amazing opportunity, okay? End of March, beginning of April, huge opportunity to go into the markets and go long. Now look at this massive recovery as that has come back. Now, looking at the individual stock, let's take a look at Microsoft on the upside here, okay? So strong, 458, just shy of its all-time record highs of 470-ish level, okay, 458. So we do have very close to our all-time record high. Super important, okay? And what is the other stock that's been super strong? Netflix, okay? On close to its all-time record highs at 1194-ish level, okay? It's still showing some resilience. And JP Morgan, okay? Relatively strong, not in this particular picture, but Bank of America is, okay? That's really the one that was stronger, okay? I do make that apology. I did make that mistake, okay? So we see there are stocks that are just slowly itching higher, and they may move the rest of the market higher, and that's what you got to look for yourself at this type of environment. Now, looking at NVIDIA, also relatively very resilient here, showing some up move. Okay, it's not close to its 150 high, but it's getting closer, okay, and showing some resilience. It's not selling off, okay? When I have a push up, and there's a little bit of a sell-off, but didn't completely sell off, and then pushed up back to our highs, that's showing me something, okay? That tells me a story. Lastly, let's take a look at Bitcoin as it's grappling, okay, with this resistance level. Very, very reluctant to push lower, but also very reluctant to push even higher, okay? So it is edging just a little bit higher, but it's not a confirmation that it's going to break out. So just hold on, okay? I mean, my kind of play in these type of situations, not to get into it, is to wait for the actual trade to confirm to me either it's going to go higher or it's going to go lower, and then to get and push in. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.